Hey everybody, hope you guys doing alright. So this is stuff I already shared, but I'm just continuing to go on and on and on and on and on because that's just how I create. So anyways, the idea here, some of this is kind of new, but I've talked about this, but I'd love to be able to utilize the, the natural momentum and thus energy from rivers and, perhaps develop a way to divert the river or portions of the river's water into, a little bit of like a city or a village or a protective castle, something of that nature. And you can actually, I think there's a way you could working with the currents and, some type of decline or maybe even perhaps developing a type of decline so that you could continue to perpetuate the momentum. And with that momentum, you could then have water turbines inside of here, which, as long as the water is going around, all these turbines would be spinning the turbines, which is generating electricity. And then you'd have an outer layer of water to help for protection and for energy. And then you can also have an inner layer of water for protection and energy. And then in the middle here, you have the hempcrete wall, hempcrete plus other type of protective materials with the turrets that I've already talked about, with the perimeter of the wall. And then in the inside, the very closest inside right here is going to be like the command center. And I also want this, ideally, the way we should be building cities is like the epicenter of the city should be the highest point, and then everything from the epicenter should be slowly sloping down. And by doing so, you're going to provide for better ability to defend yourself as well as flood protection. Like a lot of cities I've seen in the past couple years, probably going on forever, have been dealing with flood issues, and it's because the city designers don't think ahead and develop the right way. So, but if you have a city that's constantly sloping down, and you develop, like grates and areas for the water to be, dispersed and traveled and put away or directed away from the cities and used in a good way, then you're going to be essentially counting the potentiality of a catastrophic flood, or at least greatly diminishing the amount of damage that's caused by floods, as well as collecting water and using that water that you collect, and with the downward slope there's going to be momentum, so you can also generate electricity that way and filter the water. So yeah, that's just an idea that I want to work on. I know it's going to take a lot of energy and effort to develop a mound for a whole city, but the outcome, the eventual outcome and the future potentialities of such a design, I think, are worth it. So this is the type of way we have to start thinking. We have to start thinking ahead. You have to plan for things before they happen. Otherwise, you're going to be unprepared when bad things do happen. The more that we can prepare for the bad things that we know are out there, the better off we're all going to be, the safer we're all going to be. So that's my idea. All right, so the next layer of buildings or structures out from the command center would be housing. That's, you want the housing because, again, defensively, you want to be able to continue to retreating, and continue fighting as you're retreating. But you want, everything so the most essential things you need are going to be the last things that you want your enemy to get. So by having the command center with surpluses and foods, and then having your houses right outside the command center, and then everything else would be, just based on the most dire essentials, would be the things that you put closest to the center, and everything that's least dire is the stuff that you would expand outward. And of course, with the water, you want to have some type of an aqueduct, or not aqueduct, or you use an aqueduct system, but you want to have some type of a water storage and surplus within the main compound of the command center there. And then I also would like to have underground tunnels and stuff to allow for escape access, and also just an underground access for more maneuverability, and if you need to be stealthy and that type of stuff. But all right, I'll continue on. I love you guys. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye.